Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome to our latest webcast that we're bringing you from Travel Weekly as part of our Roadmap to Recovery series. And I'm delighted to be joined today by Tom McAlpin, who is, of course, the CEO of Virgin Voyages. Hello, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great, Lucy, here on the beautiful Scarlet Lady, getting ready for launch in just a few days.
I know, absolutely. So you are in Portsmouth. You're on board. Oh, my goodness. I mean, it was a little over a year ago, we were actually on board together, weren't we, in Dover? We thought you were about to launch. The ship was going off to Liverpool and then across the Atlantic, and then obviously everything changed. So I guess for you, today's a very significant day.
Yeah, I think you would say that ship hit the fan. You might say that.
Certainly did.
Yes, but we've taken the last 18 months and we've learned and we've looked for ways of enhancing our programs. As we've said many times before, safety and security of our sailors and our crew are our number one priority. We want to create an environment that is the safest possible way to travel. And we've taken the last 18 months to develop protocols and processes in order to do that. And so the good news is that we have this very much controlled environment where we can do things to protect us. So obviously we are requiring all of our sailors to be double jabbed. We're requiring all of our crew to be vaccinated. We're having our sailors, before they get on board, go to an antigen test, 15-minute antigen test to get on board. And then, we've taken time during that 18 months to invest in the ship. We've put a new air purification system on board called Atmosair. It kills 99.9% of all bacteria and viruses that are in the air, similar systems that's used in hospitals. And so the combination of all these things is we've created really the safest possible way to travel. If you think about it, this is safer than going to a restaurant in your hometown. This is safer than going to a theater, to a theme park, to a casino, and because we can control the experience. So we're pretty excited about that, and it comes at a good time as we're starting to relax the travel standards and people are excited to travel again.
Yeah, well, of course, you've got 6 sailings coming up. We're very excited because, of course, Scarlet Lady wasn't supposed to be sailing from Portsmouth and giving Brits this opportunity. She was due to be in the Caribbean, but we've got these 6 sailings ahead. They're sort of short summer soirees, you're calling them. Have they sold well, Tom? Are people excited to take up this opportunity to see the ship? Because you've obviously got a whole fleet coming behind, so it's a great opportunity, isn't it?
Yeah, so we have been selling them quite well. Of course, we've capped them for now. I think the caps have just been increased, so there's opportunity if folks want to book, we can still accommodate, but we'll hold the capacity down to below 65%. It's a fantastic way, I think, for Brits to get out of the house. The last 18 months, parents, guardians, supervisors, counselors, you name it, teachers, athletic coaches, and kind of everything in between. So what better way to get out and do a little celebration? We call it a seacation, where they can get out on a 3 and 4 night and just enjoy the ship. There's so much to do on board ship. There's more than you could possibly do in 3 or 4 days. So great way for us to get away. And this is an experience, as you know, that's created for this adult market.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you mentioned that you put the new purification or the system on board, but are there any other changes that you've made to the ship, or is she, as I remember her back in March last year?
No, she's beautiful. We haven't had to do anything. We've done some warranty work, as a prototype ship, spruced her up a little bit, but nothing that is significant. We didn't have to make many modifications because this is a new ship and a new
Brand
design.
new.
So
Yeah.
we've got all the things in. We never had buffets, so we didn't need to eliminate those type of things.
Okay, all right. And tell me, Tom, and you mentioned there your crew and the different requirements and protocols for being vaccinated, but you're now on board, and I guess you're speaking to the crew. Are they really excited about getting passengers back on board and being able to do what they do best?
Well, you know what? They are super excited, as I am. They went through a tough time like we all did. We all had to have shared sacrifice, and we had pay cuts. A lot of people were furloughed for an extended period of time. The same for in our office, and we took pay cuts and were furloughed. And the good news is that 85% of our crew have come back, which is a staggering number. If you think about it, that fact that these young men and ladies had to go out and find other sources of income. and yet they've come back to us. So it's great to see them. It's a bit of a homecoming here. We're excited as ever to launch, and it's just a couple of days away.
Okay. Now, I do want to talk about your other ships, but before we move on from Scarlet Lady, after she's done these seacations out of the UK, what does she do next, Tom?
So we'll take her back across the Atlantic straight into New York.
Yeah.
We never went to New York last year. If you remember, we were halfway across and we diverted back to Miami. So we'll go into New York for our inaugural events. And this will be the first time that a cruise ship has entered New York Harbor. Wow. So we're excited about that. They're excited for having us. We'll do some showcasing the ship to travel agents and to the media. Then we'll go take her back down into Miami, over to Bimini, where we'll do some training for our Virgin Voyages Beach Club there. We'll have our inaugural festivities in Miami, and then we'll start to do our traditional itinerary out of Miami. We have a 4 and 5 night itineraries to Mexico and to Santo Domingo, and also to our Virgin Voyages Beach Club there. So we're pretty cool. We're going to be in our brand new terminal in Port Miami, and that terminal was designed specifically for us. We've got, I think, the best location anywhere in Miami on the port. So we're excited that we're the first ship that you see when you come over the bridge from Miami. So a lot going on, a lot of exciting times, and it comes with this incredible pent-up demand. People want to get out. The number one thing that people miss is a vacation. And so now we've created this safe way to get out and have a holiday. So we encourage people, the Brits, to come on board during the summer soirees, and then come over to the U.S. and take a cruise, a 4 or 5 night cruise on Scarlet out of Miami. It's much warmer than it is here, I'll tell you that.
I know. Well, and of course, that's been really significant for us this week, because the Foreign Office have announced they're going to be lifting their ban on international cruising from August the 2nd. We still have to obviously adhere to the traffic light system for international travel, but it's significant because obviously you're going to have a ship over in Miami, but you're going to have other ships coming in the Mediterranean as well. So it will be really important, I think, that for Brits, that they now know they can book fly cruises with you.
Right. So we've got some great itineraries there. Now we have 3 ships. I mean, the reason we're here in Portsmouth is that, I mean, this is our spiritual home here in the UK. This is where the Virgin brand was founded. So it makes sense for us to launch here. And it's really important from an awareness standpoint, a great opportunity to showcase our ships and to build this market, because the UK market is going to be an important one for filling now 3 ships. The Scarlet Lady out of Miami, and then I haven't said it yet, but the Valiant Lady, we will also bring her here to Portsmouth, and we're going to do a series of cruises down to the Canary Islands, a few of them. So we'll get to showcase her to the British market and build that market. Then we'll move her to in the summertime to her summer home in Barcelona with 3 fantastic itineraries to the Med, France, Italy, and Spain. Each of them stopping and doing an overnight in Ibiza. So, Barcelona is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from London. So it's a great way to create that great experience for adults.
Yeah. And you mentioned, Tom, that when you're going over to New York, you're going to get agents on board. But you're getting agents on board in the coming weeks, aren't you? We've got some of your first mates in the UK are going to be coming on board to see Scarlet Lady, and I guess, with what you've just said around Valiant Lady coming into Portsmouth as well, you'll be able to get agents on board then as well, so they can see the second ship.
That's right. Yeah, I think that you've seen, and our first mates have seen, how important the first mate community is to us in growing this brand and spreading the good news about the Virgin brand, and the fact that we're a boutique hotel on the water and all the things that we have to offer. The travel agents are super important to us to help us. I mean, people know the Virgin brand, but they don't know Virgin Voyages. So we need our travel agent community to be out there telling us and spreading that word. And it's a win-win situation for us. And so with that, we're also looking forward to our 3rd ship. So next year we will also.
Hold on. Before we move on to Resilient Lady, you've just taken delivery of Valiant Lady, haven't you? So
we have.
Are there any changes there, or is she a complete identical twin to Scarlet?
When you build ships like this, you build sister ships because of the costs and the economies to scale. And, there will be some small differences, but really the difference is it's all about the itinerary.
Yeah.
And now we've got some just fantastic itineraries out of Barcelona and out of Athens. So that's why people will come and go to a different ship.
Okay.
The ships
Well,
are the same. We could change the ship if we wanted to, but we love Scarlet, and there's nothing really that we wanted to change.
Okay, so tell us then. You just mentioned there the Greek Isle sailings with Resilient Lady. Just remind us about that, because that's. I mean, your ships are coming thick and fast, and because we've had this pause, they're going to come very quickly, aren't they? One after another.
Yeah, so we'll have 2 ships by 2022, and we'll have 4 by 24. So yes, they're coming fast. It's compressed the timeline, but that's okay. We're happy to manage through that. But yes, next summer, Resilient Lady will take delivery and operate straight out of Athens, doing cruises to the Greek Isles and into Croatia. So fantastic, another version, another flexibility in itineraries. And then in the wintertime, that ship will come back across to the Caribbean out of San Juan. So sailing out of San Juan, you can do some longer cruises, really get down into the deep Southern Caribbean and Eastern Caribbean, and do some fantastic cruises from a British standpoint. Great opportunity to do some back-to-back cruises and pair some things up, maybe even combine 2 ships and do something pretty
Yeah,
fantastic.
absolutely. And so, are you going to tell us anything about the 4th ship? I know she's under construction, but we don't know where she's going to be home porting or where
She
she's
is going to be a lady ship as well, and so she will be a sister. She'll have 3 older sisters, not bigger, but older sisters. We have not named her yet, and we have not determined an itinerary yet. But if you've got any ideas, throw them my way, and we'll consider them.
All right. Now, you mentioned then that this timeline has been compressed, but you also talked about pent up demand during the pandemic. But that's quite something, isn't it, to have suddenly, no line at all, launch a line and suddenly have 4 ships. I know they're not the biggest ships. I know but they're still sizable and you've got a lot of capacity to fill. So are you confident that you're going to be able to do that, Tom?
Yeah, with this partnership we have with our travel agent community to get the word out, and the amount of itineraries, the different choices and the quality of the itineraries that we have, I think is fantastic. It's going to be a lot of work, but building a business is not easy. We feel pretty confident with the pent up demand that we're going to be able to do it. People that have come on board just absolutely love the ship, and we need to create some buzz. We need to get the reviews out there about Scarlet Lady and Virgin Voyages, because people just don't know who we are. So that's another reason why we're dependent on our travel agent partners to help us spread that good word.
Yeah, and I guess as soon as they start posting pictures of those hammocks and I don't know, the Mongolian barbecue, I mean all the sort of
Korean barbecue.
Sorry, but all those different things, and I think that kind of thing will start to spread, won't it? And you'll get that word of mouth, and hopefully that will help.
I mean, it is a fantastic and a very different way. Our ships look different. They're very unique, inspired by super yacht design. If you're a foodie, you're going to love it on the ship. 6 different restaurants. You're going to eat in a different restaurant each night. And it's a restaurant that you would want to go to on land. And there's 20 other eateries, much more inclusive. Your gratuities are included. Your fitness classes are included. Your basic beverages, your basic Wi-Fi are all included. The immersive entertainment experiences. So you're going to be in the middle of the entertainment. The theater changes configuration 3 times during the cruise. So these great moments, and it's all designed for adults. So I don't have to worry about little ones running around. Kind of it allows us to create and provide a more sophisticated upscale experience.
Yeah.
We're excited about it.
Now, before you go, Tom, I do seem to remember when we were on stage together at the most recent Clear conference with Sir Richard Branson as well. Now, did we have a bet that you were going to get a tattoo on board in your tattoo parlor? I mean, you're back on board. Have you done it yet?
Back on. Studio is not opened yet. So as you can see, I'm looking for any excuse I can. As you know, I did get a tattoo, a beautiful mermaid on my arm.
Okay.
You saw it, didn't you?
No.
You saw it.
No, I did not.
I did. It's a beautiful tattoo of a mermaid, and tail wraps around my wrist. And my wife's faces
Oh,
on, is the
yes,
face of
actually,
the
I do
mermaid.
seem to remember. Okay, but we had a little bet that one of us would get a tattoo, didn't we, when we were on board? So
Yeah, no, but that was a fake. That was a fake tattoo. It was a faux tattoo. So, anyway, we're still figuring out. We'll still keep that bet going. Who gets the tattoo first?
okay, all right. Well, listen, we wish you all the best with your first sailings. I mean, I think I said this to you, back in February, March last year, and it's been a long time coming, but I really do wish you all the best. I know travel agents, certainly in the UK, are getting really behind your brand, and we can't wait to see all the pictures of people having a great time on your summer soirees.
We will be sending them, and there's been great coverage. So, encourage people to watch this morning, to watch BBC Cheddar. We've had some great interviews. So, keep an eye out for us. We're
Brilliant.
making a
We
lot of
will.
news.
All right. Well, come back and speak to us soon, Tom, and all the best.
Okay.